Alright, welcome to the All Heart Grit and Grind channel. So, what I want to talk about first is this thing called force. Now, you got good forces and you got bad forces. Your good forces are always going to be natural, it's going to naturally happen. And with natural forces, you got things like gravity, you got things like motion, energy. And then you got your natural elements like the air and water and fire, things like that. And sometimes when fire mixes with air, sometimes a combustion takes place. And that's an act of force as well. And depending on the setting, depending on what setting you're in, that's a good thing as well. And then you got gravity. And that's pretty much the object, the weight of the object coming down. And then you have the air. And sometimes the air can resist some of it, but depending on the object, it's not much. So, that gravitational force pretty much overwhelms the air, depending on how heavy it is and the mass of the object. So that's another natural force. And then you got aircraft. Now, aircraft is designed in a way that enables it to flow through the wind effectively like it's supposed to. And it's also designed in a way that keeps it afloat in the sky, and get higher and higher in elevation the faster it goes. And that in itself, the aircraft moving forward like that, that's a force too. That's another example of a good force. Now, we're going to get into these bad forces. These bad forces are pretty much down here, like in the earthly realm, when you're dealing with people. Now, it becomes a bad thing when you're trying to force something that isn't there among your peers, your family members, the opposite sex, your spouse, girlfriend, co-workers, service people, your children. Could be anybody. You're trying to make these people do something that they don't want to do is pretty much coercion. You coercing that person, and that's just wrong. That ain't cool at all. So force should have no place in that particular realm right there. You can't make nobody do nothing, and it's wrong to try to do so. That's why we got all this chaos and violence out here now. People trying to force things to happen. If it's not meant to happen, then just let it be. It's a reason why it's not happening. And for you to try to make it happen, you might have a weapon that you're using to force something to happen. Or you may not have a weapon. You may be trying to force something to happen with your words, or just using simple intimidation. And in that situation, it may be a man trying to get some access to a particular woman that he meets out in the street or a store or a gas station or et cetera, et cetera. So you got people out here that are trying to force someone to give them something that they didn't work for. And that's pretty much We all know that could be robbery, armed robbery, or things of that nature. But when a guy tries to approach a woman and she's not interested, but she still gives up her contact information because she's afraid of how he may react if she rejects him, that's coercion. So, in my opinion, coercion need to be made a crime as well, just like armed robbery and carjacking. Because when you think about it, dudes like that, they ain't no better than the carjackers and the robbers, really. Because you trying to get some type of companionship out of this woman through coercion and intimidation. And that's just messed up. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And it's mind-boggling when I think about how we got to this point. Yeah, so somebody need to pass a law against that. So, and that way, a lot of this crazy stuff might cease out here because it don't make no sense. So, guys like that are no better than the slave overseer and the slave master on the plantation. You ain't no better than him, because you pretty much oppressing the women out here in the same manner that the people that I just mentioned did back in the day on the plantation. You ain't no better than them. You ain't no better than them. You ain't no better than the crooked cop inflicting all this excessive force, shooting people that aren't even armed. You know what I'm saying? Racial profiling. You got these Karens out here that think they can tell somebody what to do and tell somebody how to do something. So you guys out here are no better than them. You guys out here that's gonna try to make a woman give up her phone number, contact information, and things like that. Yeah, you ain't no better than them. You ain't no better than the racist system out here that y'all complain about. Y'all ain't no better. Y'all might as well join them. That's how I feel about that. So now that I got that out the way, all I can say is y'all may need some spiritual or mental help to get yourselves together. That's the only thing I can see. That's the only thing that I can see working. But until then, y'all got these women out here walking on eggshells because they don't feel free. They no longer feel free to go about their everyday business. All because of y'all. All because you think you feel like you're entitled to some type of friendship or companionship with the opposite sex. You think you deserve to have access to this woman. I mean, y'all don't own these women. Who told y'all own these women? Who told y'all that? Who in the hell misinformed y'all that y'all own these women? That's what I want to know. I mean, she can tell you no if she don't want to, I guess everybody ain't like me. I want stuff to happen naturally. I want stuff to happen organically. If it ain't genuine, I don't want it. That's just me. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out, and I will holler at y'all later. Peace.